This is probably the very best indicator, or one of the very best indicators you can ever use in your trading. It helps you to track what smart money do, and then you can profit with them. It's very powerful, so let's get to it. Hi, my name is Tomas, also known as the Mr. Breakout. I'm a breakout trading specialist and an internationally recognized trading author. I've traveled the world trading breakout strategies, and on this channel I will teach you my own way of finding the right trading opportunities and making real money with breakout trading. Okay, hello breakout traders and all the other traders. We have a lot of exciting stuff to talk about, so let me get directly to it. So I'm going to talk about a very powerful indicator which you have to deploy into your trading. It's really that powerful. And it's an indicator which is a result of a study which I did just lately. Please, if you didn't do so yet, you need to watch my previous two videos where I explain what I did exactly, how I tested 100 different indicators on thousands of breakout trading strategies. And in previous videos, I gave you the very best moving average and very best indicator overall. So it's very thorough study. Just a quick reminder, I use this framework where I basically ask AI to generate 100 ideas, then I used TradeStation to generate thousands and thousands of different breakout strategies using the Mr. Breakouts formula. I don't know if you're familiar with the Mr. Breakouts formula. You can definitely check it out. This is the book. It's a powerful formula. Traders around the world are using it. It's a hedge fund level formula. Really powerful, works basically on anything. And then once I prototype thousands of strategies with it, I prototype them using both in-sample and out-of-sample data. I basically prototype each strategy without a filter and with a filter, okay? So imagine you have thousands of strategies without a filter, with a filter, and then what you do, you compare how many strategies overall and how much were improved with such a filter, one of those 1,000 different indicators, 100 different indicators, 100 different filters. Okay, and for this I use the BreakoutOS. The BreakoutOS is fantastic tool to do a research like that, and I did so on NASDAQ 60 minutes time frame. NASDAQ is super popular. 60 minutes is a time frame I use very often, but the outcomes are really very robust and quite universal. So it doesn't matter. You should definitely check out my findings on your particular markets, because on many markets the filters I found the best on here on the NASDAQ, the best indicators will be also best indicators among many other time frames and many other markets. So definitely you need to check this out. So that was the structure. As I said, I explained in previous videos. Don't forget to watch these videos. And now let's get to the BreakoutOS and let's get back again to all the amazing results and summaries we had here. So BreakoutOS is a specialized platform. It's not for everyone. It's a specialized platform for hedge fund level breakout trading strategies. It's an entire framework that helps you basically build every piece very professionally. Again, it's not a platform where you can do anything but at the same time nothing, because most traders are just goofing around with all the features. This is very focused, very highly targeted. It helps you to very quickly find this works, and this is the way you need to put it together. And one of the functions of BreakoutOS is really exploring different indicators and how well they filter out trades. Okay, so basically in this study I prototyped 3,500 strategies. Again, I use the Mr. Breakouts formula to prototype 3,500 strategies across 6 different groups: moving averages, oscillators, price action, trend, volatility, and volume indicators. And you can see each group, how many strategies were in each group, and how many indicators. So for example, in moving averages, we tested almost 500 strategies with 15 indicators. That's a lot of research. That's a lot of power to give us some deep insight. And of course, not all the insights are super precise. It's trading. Not everything is black and white, but it's a pretty powerful way to really find out what works and what doesn't. And then in the previous videos, we used this proprietary uplift index built in the BreakoutOS, which basically tells you how much each indicator improves. And this is basically the higher the uplift index, the better the indicator helped the vast majority of strategies to improve. And you can do this in sample, out of sample. You can compare the robustness and see the total score. So basically the total scores gives us the idea what are not only the best indicators, best filters, but also most robust, because those work both in sample and out of sample, and you can pretty much rely on them. So again, I talked about those in the previous two videos. Very thorough study. Now, what I wanted to talk about, so in the previous two videos, I gave you the top two moving averages. Mind-blowing stuff, because one of them actually was a filter or moving average, which I already accidentally confirmed as a super powerful with another AI study on this channel. So you already saw that. This was just another confirmation that we're talking about very powerful moving average. And I also gave you overall what I believe was the most powerful indicator. It was two episodes earlier when I talk about one super indicator which I use very often, nearly in every my strategy, which just works like magic. So again, we covered that all in previous episodes, and now we want to talk about something you have to check out, because this is again one of the best indicators based on this study, potentially one of the best indicators ever. And this indicators is used by smart money, or it tracks smart money. So it's a different approach, different way, and I like the fundamental way how it approaches like looking at markets. So before we go there, and I'll tell you what it is, I want to give you a reminder. So in the previous episodes, we did so-called filter cluster analysis, where basically before just investigating every out of the 100 different indicators and filters, in BreakoutOS, we have the opportunity to do a filter cluster, where we basically bring in this function, and then it calculates overall how different category of filters helps to improve trading strategies. Okay, so if you're still wondering, are moving averages the best, or volume filters, or price action? Well, first of all, it depends on the market. So every market, it will be different. NASDAQ 60 minutes can be different than crude oil 120 minutes. So you need to calibrate this carefully for each market. And then also the cluster market, the clustering, the indicator clustering, it's not a holy grail. It's just, it gives you some overall idea, but still, even in some clusters do not work well on NASDAQ 60 minutes, like volatility or trend indicators really flopped. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that there are not some specific indicators which outperform the rest, and we should not deploy them. So again, trading is not black and white, but this is a pretty good direction giving us with this study, saying that in sample, the very best cluster were volume-based indicators. Wow, this was quite a surprise for me, right? For breakout tradings, I would expect something like trend-based indicators to be one of the best, but no, volume were the best in sample and out of sample. In robustness, the second place. In total score, it was actually moving averages and volume. So saying that overall volume indicators just score across all the boards, in sample uplift index, out of sample uplift index, robustness index uplift index, and total score uplift index. So overall volume indicators for NASDAQ just work like magic. Like, go figure, I don't know why volume, but volume on NASDAQ are super powerful indicators, and as a cluster, as a whole, they work really well. So that's what I was quite curious about. Okay, volume. So we know that volume is super powerful cluster, and in this episode I wanted to dig deeper, and I wanted to focus only and only on the volume analysis. And I'll tell you why, because there's something surprising about what I'm going to show you, and why I believe that what I'm going to show you is one of the best indicators you can test for your own trading. So if we now go and see this entire ranking of 100 different filters and indicators. So now if we isolate volume only, okay, volume only, because that's the strongest overall cluster, or among the strongest, what we see is that overall, not just in sample, auto sample and robustness index, but overall total score, the highest total scores is MFI, okay? This is money flow index. Money flow index, overall, when we combine in sample, auto sample, uplift index, robustness index, all these indexes together, and again, I talk about what these indexes are in previous two videos. So when we combine them, we get very high score for MFI. The second best, the NVI, it's not even close. So the score of MFI is super high, and it means this indicator works like magic. It really helps you to improve your trading quite a lot. But what's even more surprising, and that's why you need to know about this indicator, that's why I brought it up, is this one. Have a look, guys. If we go back to all the clusters, okay, all the categories, and we go back to those 100 different indicators and filters, now in sample, you see that actually, sorry, this is what I meant. So if we do all the filters all together, all 100 indicators, and we go back to the total score for all 100s without clustering, MFI is second. And I talk about the first and third in previous videos, so we covered that, but MFI is second. So not only MFI is the most powerful, best performing indicator in the volume cluster, and we already know that volume indicators cluster is strongest on NASDAQ 60 minutes, but it's also second most overall powerful, with most overall highest score across all 100 indicators, 100 filters. That's super encouraging. That means there's really something powerful about this indicator. So money flow index, it's definitely incredible indicator, scoring on top of all the charts. Every angle I look from at the best indicators, MFI is coming up again and again. So now what is MFI? Well, MFI, we could also classify it as an oscillator, okay? Because when you put it into chart, it looks like this. It's basically an oscillator. So it would be fair to say we should similarly classify it in oscillators category, but we have other filters on oscillators category. So I think volume is probably more appropriate. Sometimes you have overlaps between these categories, but overall, if you ask AI what really is MFI, you get a pretty good explanation. And have a look. So money flow index is a window into smart money movements. Smart money. What smart money do? How? So the money flow index is a technical indicator that has gained a reputation as a tool for tracking smart money in financial markets. Okay, guys, that's what we want. We want to track what smart money do, okay? This distinction stems from its unique methodology, which incorporates both price and volume data, okay? We want to basically identify buying and selling pressure. So that's the secret here. We want to know what the price action is doing, but we want to incorporate volume as well. We want to combine it. So by analyzing the amount of money flowing into and out of the assets, the MFI aims to provide insight into the conviction behind price movement, often attributed to the influence of institutional investors and other well-informed market participants. That's the key. That's the key. So basically what money flow index does is something like it's saying, hey, we're going up, but are we going up because it's just a noise? Or is it because now big smart money are pouring more and more money into it? And if they're pouring money into that movement, by increasing volume, there's a better chance that the continuation, we will have a longer continuation. The price will go higher and higher, and we will make money. And again, the study based in BreakoutOS supports that, and I'll show you some more details in a second. So again, this is what it does. Okay, now understanding the mechanics, you need to calculate typical price. This is very simple calculation. Typical price is already used in CCI index. By the way, CCI index, one of my very not favorite, but definitely among my favorite indicators. So it kind of takes on these ideas from CCI index, but then also it combines it with volume. Okay, so if you want all the nitty-gritty calculations, again, you can use ChatGPT or any other AI. That's why we have AIs now. They can explain everything. I'm not into nitty-gritty. I'm not a mathematician. I'm a trader. Okay, I'm a breakout trading specialist. My key questions always is, can we make money on it? How well? How fast? Possible? And how can we find what really works and what makes money? That's the most essential question, guys. Even for you, it's all about money, making money. Forget nitty-gritty. Ask AI. They will tell you what it does, but focus on where the money are. And now the money definitely are here. Okay, we see it from the BreakoutOS. We see it again and again. We do have a bunch of money available using the money flow index, and I'm going to show you more details in the BreakoutOS, but now very quick sponsorship about from BreakoutOS. And now a very quick shout out to our sponsor, BreakoutOS. In the new era of AI, everything you know about building trading strategies has changed completely. All the generalist principles no longer work, and that's why BreakoutOS is a complete game changer. It is a highly specialized no-code platform built for the AI revolution. It's the choice of true breakout trading professionals, from leading retail traders to hedge funds managers. This will fundamentally transform your workflow and change your trading forever. See the paradigm shift for yourself and sign up for a completely free walkthrough at www.breakoutos.com. Okay, so we now know that money flow index is the indicator to test. You definitely should test it. But now let's have a little bit of a better understanding how it's really deployed in this circumstance, in the AI generated conditions. And as you can see, this is condition number 33. So if I go to the code, and this is easy language code, but again, you can ask AI to translate it into anything else. This is the logic. So basically, the secret of the proper implementation of the logic is this one. So here we use money flow index with period 14. And you can use any period you want. It's up to you. And then we calculated the difference between money flow index and moving average of money flow index, which was tested among different ranges. Okay, so usually this test is 1 to 20. Okay, so we iterate 1 to 20 multiplied by 5. So each iteration is 5, 10, 15 until 100. So we tested average 5 to 100, and we basically we want to see the difference. Okay, that's the key, that's the secret ingredients. Okay, money flow index maybe did not work well for you in the past because you did not have these secret ingredients. You want to calculate the difference between the moving average of money flow index and money flow index. That's the secret ingredients, and if it's bigger or smaller than specific amount, then you would enter the market. And again, for long and short, now we have higher or smaller, but usually you want to test both. Maybe for short will also work higher, like for the long, that you need to test a little bit yourself, but that's the secret. One important thing, AI used here absolute values. Okay, that works for NASDAQ. If you do want to do this properly and among different markets, you should probably consider a percentage to normalize this. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, just take this condition and tell AI, hey, I want to calculate the percentage difference between MFI, money flow index, and moving average of money flow index for my platform, whatever it is, and then just set a filter which will help me to test different percentage differences, how much it filters out. Simple. That's why we have AI, guys. You ask AI questions like this. Everything this was constructed by AI. Thanks God we have AI, okay? And I already made a lot of episodes about how I use AI, which is the best AI on this channel. So again, if you're interested, have a look. AI plus IDX, AI did this. My favorite AI, which I just revealed here, best AI for traders. So if you're interested, go to previous episodes, and also don't forget to subscribe, because I'm talking a lot about how you can make much more money utilizing AI in your trading. Okay, so let's get back to it. So you now understand what money flow index is, you understand the condition itself, okay? So now let's also have a look how much we improve different metrics. So let's go back to the BreakoutOS, and let me give you another analysis, which will be detailed analysis, and we will use condition number 33, okay? That was the money flow index. Now, before I do that, guys, if you love indicators, if you love filters, if you want to significantly improve your trading, I prepared a completely free course with my favorite indicators. Those are my most favorite indicators that work best for me, my best secrets, all on the link below, completely for free. So scroll down and grab the free course there. Again, completely free. My best indicators you need to try and test on your markets, can improve you a lot. It can help you to improve your strategies a lot and make much more money. So again, don't forget to grab this free course. Now let me get back here. So now we have the money flow indicator, and what we can see, so overall we have a huge improvement in drawdown. Overall, on average, by 32%. That's a massive improvement. And we have massive improvement in average trade. In sample, we have win percentage. The rest looks negative, but first of all, it's a little bit deceiving. First of all, we have also not all the breakout strategies rapidly prototyped for this test are good strategies. Deliberately, we also want to have some bad strategies, and mostly I'm in this particular viewing, this particular study, I'm most interested in the out of sample. The reason is because out of sample basically also tells you overall how the condition fits better, or how well it fits to most recent markets. That's what we want. So we can have some strategies having fantastic performance in sample, but not working well on most recent markets. We want most recent markets. The indicator has to work very well on the most recent markets. And by the way, I tested this on 15 years of data history. So out of samples, last 4 or 5 years, money flow index working like crazy, improving net profit overall, max drawdown, average trade, and win percentage. Hallelujah, guys, what more we want, okay? One indicator and has it all. Improves net profit, max drawdown, average trade, and win percentage. So overall, we have all across the boards, we have improvements. And again, very, very powerful indicator. So there's nothing not to love about MFI, because MFI improving everything among best one out of 100 indicators. Sound logic, very powerful logic, tracing what big smart money do. What else we want from an indicator? And overall, all the numbers I check are just amazing. We can also very quickly check the moving average, okay, because you saw that we're using moving average, and you can see that the moving average overall best net profit earner ratio, that's what we should aim for. The best results we're getting about moving average, either 6 multiplied by 5, so it's period 30, or about 55, but about 30 looks quite all right. So again, not that I would pay too much attention to this. I like working with the full range and reoptimizing regularly. I do usually do regular reoptimization, but it's quite interesting to also see where we have the peak best optimization of the moving average. Will probably vary on different markets as well, but overall that's one of the powerful things we can also visualize in the Breakout OS. And then if you like nitty-gritty, there are a lot of insights we can overall gain from this as well. So let me know, guys, what do you think below in the comments. Like this video if you want me to create more content like this, but mostly don't forget, this is the completely free course. Here I explain my most favorite indicators. You definitely need this if you love indicators, and you probably do, otherwise you would not be here. And I'll continue with more exciting stuff like this. This really excites me, so there will be more and more coming. So if you love those stuff like I do love them, then definitely subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. So guys, meanwhile, a lot of money to you and happy trading.
All you need are breakouts. Set your